Hello, and welcome back to A Little Birdie Told You. I'm your host, Krista Knight.
And I'm your host, Kelly Knight.
Today, we are going to be talking about everything revolving around losing interest. So we're going to talk about what makes a person lose interest, what to do if someone is losing interest, and just the mindset that encompasses losing interest. So I kind of want to dive into that today and talk about all the things losing interest. Let's talk about what makes us lose interest in a person, because I want to talk about kind of the little bit of like the actual basics of it, what makes a person lose interest. Then we're going to kind of talk about why this is important to know. You need to know what makes you lose interest as a person, because sometimes I think a lot of us focus on, okay, we need to keep them interested. It's always like important to keep them interested.
Their opinion on it, but really it's about you.
Yeah, when really the priority should be, what do I see as something that not disgusts you, but
it's
something...
like a little ick. It's like you're it is kind of like a disgust.
People don't like when I use the term
this
ick.
makes me like...
Something that you look as, okay, this is a standard that I have, and they're just kind of, they're doing something that I don't feel is suitable.
You're kind of just disgusted by it.
Yeah, and it's okay to be disgusted. I think if we thought everyone was attractive, then we might be in a little bit of a negative situation, because that's not a good thing. You know, it's good to have your own liking and your own sense of attraction of what you find attractive. But I think it's important to know your boundaries, as in, okay, I don't see this. This is not something that's going to work for me. This is an expectation I have. This is when I find myself uninterested. Because sometimes I think we put ourselves in situations where we just want to keep them interested. We get so attached to them that when they start to lose interest in us, we find ways to keep their interest, to be the peak of their interest. And I think you're not with the right person if you constantly have to maintain their interest. Like, if they don't find themselves interested in you, then you might have a situation where it's not a love that's reciprocated. You're in a relationship that it's not reciprocated. It's not the right relationship for you, necessarily.
It's kind of like you have to beg them to do the things that, like, fulfill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the things that you want in a relationship, you shouldn't have to, like, beg somebody for. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's, like, something that's, like, it makes you lose interest, because you're like, you know, you do the things that they want without, like, them having to ask you. But it's, like, the things that you want, it's, like, you have to, like, ask and beg for it, basically. You know what I'm saying? And that's, like, an ick.
Well, I feel that it also shows that you're not willing to tolerate certain things.
Yeah.
So if you display that and you're saying, well, I'm not willing to tolerate these things. If you respect me and you see me as a high value individual, you're going to respect that and you're going to reciprocate that as well. And if you really care about me to that extent, then you're going to make sure that you prioritize those things.
Yeah.
So what are some things that make you lose interest, Kelly?
I think you in the hot effort seat. Is like a big one.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, effort should be 50-50. And I know we've explained this a lot, but I think a lot of people, like, just assume, oh, well, it's fine if somebody kind of, like, it's like the hot and cold thing, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like 1 minute they give you a bunch of effort and then the next minute they pull back. And that's an ick. That's honestly an ick. And some people think they're like, oh, well, I was just busy, this and that. But just remember,
I think excuses. Excuses. If someone is constantly making excuses.
Like lies. Like I like to say, you're better off lying once. Not lying. I forget the saying of it, but it's like, you tell the truth once, even if it hurts, you're better off telling the truth than lying multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I'd rather be hurt once just by you telling the truth than sitting here having to hear lies constantly, and I know you're lying to me.
That's how I feel. I feel that I'd rather you hurt me with the truth than sugarcoat me with lies.
Exactly.
Like, I'd rather you just be brutally honest to me, and yeah, it might hurt in that split second, but I do know that you're telling me at once over me hearing a repeated sequence of lies over and over again and being portrayed. You know, being portrayed in a way that makes you feel like you're actually losing the person and that they're not being genuine and kind to you. Yeah,
and I think, honestly, relationships are more healthy when you do tell the truth. Because lying doesn't get you anywhere. You just sit there and you hide a bunch of things, and then nobody figures out what's really wrong. You know?
I think poor communication could also be something that we might find ourselves losing interest in. I think if someone's not willing to communicate to you, even if I understand, some people are really just not the greatest at communication. They don't have that skill, and sometimes you have to bring it out of them, and sometimes you meet certain people to bring that communication skill out of you. And they might have to sit down and say, okay, well, you know, I need you to communicate about these things. I can't read your mind. And we always tell everyone this is one of our biggest relationship advices, to communicate with somebody. Make sure that you're providing them communication. If you're in a relationship, you have to learn to communicate. And if you can't, then the relationship might not go as planned. It might not be as you desired, because you need to be able to understand one another. Sometimes people see one side of the coin that you don't see, and at that same time, you guys could actually be experiencing something, and it might not be that big of an issue as it seems it's to be. You might be thinking one way and they're thinking another way. So for me, I would think that it can make you lose interest if you've asked someone, okay, I need you to get better at your communication. Maybe you're not even telling them, oh yeah, you need to get better. I'm like demanding them to get better, but willing to communicate with them.
Work on it.
And hoping that they're going to be vulnerable with you enough to communicate with you. And if they make excuses, well, I'm just not good at communication. If you really want to get something across to me, you are going to get it across.
Honestly, the way I look at it, though, is everybody's good at communication. It just depends on where it's at. You know what I'm saying? What subject you're talking about, what you're really, like, feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody really does like you, and you say, you know, you need to work on communication more, they're going to make sure to do that. It's not, like, for instance, guys love talking about sports and stuff. They know everything in the books. But when it comes to, like, a relationship, you don't have time to, like, sit there and try to communicate. People are going to sit there and, like, people make time for the things that they truly like. So if somebody's not making time to sit there and communicate with you and fix problems in a relationship, they don't really like you.
As you say, laziness kills relationships.
Yeah, laziness really does kill a relationship. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, what do you mean by that? But, like, in general, if you stop doing the little things that you did at the beginning of the relationship, and I know that sounds like, oh yeah, like, that's, like, cringy, whatever, I don't know, like, whatever. Little things do matter, because they matter to you at the beginning of the relationship, and you're like, oh, that's so sweet, whatever. Sometimes you have to keep things special. Don't always sit there and, like, do things all the time, like the same thing all the time, or say the same thing all the time. Keep it special, because when you keep a relationship light and special, it's healthy. You know what I'm saying?
That's something that I would definitely highlight as an indicator of me losing interest, is the initial portion of the relationship, you put in the effort, you make a stance.
Like, they slowly stop doing it. Like, that's, like, with the effort, though. Like, somebody will slowly stop doing something if you can tell that they're losing interest in you, because they don't want to put as much effort in you, because they know that you're not going to be there in, like, the next, you know, chapter of their life, whatever, like the next little bit.
This is a little key reminder, is the amount of effort someone puts into you is the reflection of how they truly feel about you.
And another thing, the way that somebody treats you is the way that they see you. Remind
Same
yourself
exact
that.
thing.
Because if somebody's sitting there being like, oh, playing games with you, whatever, hot and cold, whatever, it's because that's how they see you. They don't see you as something serious. They see you as something, you know, just like, oh, I'm just having fun. You know what I'm saying? Somebody really sees something serious in you, they're going to make sure to, like, actually do things that you want.
You shouldn't even have to ask for these things.
No, yeah.
This is the point. If someone sees you as special, if you're in a relationship with them, I'd hope they see you as special, because they took the time to classify you as their significant other.
Exactly.
So if they see you as special and they've committed themselves to you in a relationship, they should be doing things to make you feel special.
Exactly.
And I don't mean every single day, you know, doing all these things. Of course we have lives. You know, I'm acknowledging that right now. I'm acknowledging we have lives. We're busy people. People have things going on.
Yeah.
But you're going to make sure that that person still feels like they are loved, that they are cherished.
Heard, you know what I'm saying?
And yeah, they're heard, they're seen. We've talked about this, is make sure that your significant other is seen, they're heard, they feel noticed in the relationship. Because if they don't, it can make them feel uninterested.
Yeah.
I think that is something that can make you feel uninterested if you're sitting there like, wow, I feel like I'm so unseen here. I feel like I'm just existing for their convenience. I'm existing for them to have somebody to lean on when they need it. But when they're strong to stand on their own 2 feet, then they don't need me anymore. And that's not right. No. Because I've always said you should improve together. You should both be standing together on your 2 feet. And even if you feel that you're strong apart, you come together and you're even stronger.
Exactly.
And it shouldn't be where, oh, I use them when I need somebody, or I need a little pick-me-up. I need someone to validate my feelings. I need someone to give me reassurance. I need someone to tell me all of these things about myself that make me a good person when I don't see it. But when I see it, I don't need them. I don't need them in this relationship. Yeah. That's not right. That would make me feel uninterested. That would make me, So you're just telling me you are interested in me when no one's interested in you.
Yeah.
When you're not interested in yourself and you need someone to find interest in you, then you're interested in me. That doesn't make sense. You don't need to be with that, okay? Because let me tell you, this is one thing, is that this goes with effort. When somebody doesn't want to put effort in, you know, it's okay, they don't really want to communicate with me. Now, one thing I will say about the communication is sometimes people don't answer you all day. And some people, I think as we're younger, we don't understand this. And I think when you're younger, it can make sense. But when you get older, I understand it. Is when people are younger, like in these high school relationships, sometimes they get a little bit upset when someone doesn't answer them, and I think that might be like emotions and feelings. If someone goes all day without answering you and you see them active, there's a difference because they are active, right? And I think that you shouldn't be checking that. Like, why are you taking the time to do that? If you're taking the time to check to see if someone's active on social media and you're not living your own life, you're not busy enough. Get so busy that you don't even know if that person texted you and you're not even thinking about if they did. Okay? Because at that point, your energy is latching onto them. Of course they're not going to text you because they feel all this energy on them. Like, I'm not going to text them. They're too involved in me. They're attached to me. But if someone does go all day and they maybe communicated to you, if they don't communicate and you're not, if you're in a relationship and they don't communicate to you, there's a difference. But if you don't really know someone and you're not in a relationship and they went all day without talking to you, maybe they are busy, maybe they do have a life, but this is where Kelly's about to get me on this. If they really wanted to talk to you, they would.
It tells you the amount of where you stand by them.
It does, okay.
It really does, because if somebody, even just as a friend though, if somebody really likes talking to you and they really enjoy like your presence, they're going to want you there. You know what I'm saying? And the way I look at it
that's true.
Is I know a lot of people are like, oh, well,
quality time.
If I'm in a relationship, I need somebody talking to me 24/7. I want somebody to have a life, have other things going on in their life.
I agree.
Like, you need to actually be busy because that tells you that you have self-worth and self-love to yourself, that you know that you need to work on yourself.
And you're self-aware.
Even, because this is, like, something that, like, just makes me lose interest, is when I know that when you aren't in a relationship, you work on yourself, but when you are in a relationship, you slowly stop working on yourself. And I find it attractive when somebody actually, you can see that they're working on themselves and trying to make them, like, better themselves, even if they are good and they're like doing good, but like still there's little things that you could better yourself on, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when you slowly stop like doing things for yourself in a relationship, I find it like, you know,
well, that is it does make me uninterested if somebody is placing all this energy on you, and that's the point I'm trying to get across, is if you're prioritizing when they reach out to you, when they talk to you, when they respond, then maybe you're not focusing enough on yourself.
Yeah.
You should be at this point where you're focused so much on yourself that they're an addition to your peace. They're an addition to your life. They're an addition. They are not your life, especially if you're not in a relationship with them.
Exactly.
If they choose not to reach out to you, if they choose not to contact you, then that is on them. You need to live your life and not focus. You shouldn't even be focused on, did they contact me?
Yeah.
That can make you uninterested, though, if someone doesn't contact you or reach out, because that is associated with effort. Unless they specifically told you, and this is what I'm trying to get across, I'm very busy today, I have a lot going on, but could we talk later, things like that, or could we talk sometime in the day? And they do that once in a while. Now, if they do that frequently and they make excuses not to talk to you, like, oh, we should call sometime, we should have a conversation, we should meet up and spend some time together, and they make excuses, oh, I can't, I'm really busy today, that would make me uninterested, because that shows that they don't really prioritize the time with you. You're not that important to them. We've talked about this as Kelly's brought this up before, is there's like kind of like a hierarchy and significance of people talking to you. You're the girl on the phone that they don't text first, but there's someone else that they are texting first.
Yeah, just remember, you don't need to text them twice, okay? Like,
they got the first text,
They
okay?
already got the first text, but put it this way, is there somebody in their phone that doesn't have to text them first, and that they always answer them like that? You know what I'm saying? And that's like, that's not where you want to stand with somebody where you're like, oh, I'm the one that always has to text first, or I feel like if I do text them, they're just going to leave me undelivered for multiple hours because I'm not, you know, in that place where, like, they're like, oh, you know, I see something in this person, I want to make time for them.
See, I feel there should be a trust and security with the person.
Yeah.
When you're getting to know somebody, there's a difference, but when you're really in a relationship and if you've established a relationship with someone, there should be a trust and security, as in we both can text whenever. We can text, you know, back and forth with this frequency of knowing that it's going to be reciprocated with energy. If they're going to reach out to me, I can reach out to them. It's going to be reciprocated.
Yeah.
But if you find yourself where you're texting and they don't answer you for hours, and when they do, it's vague and brief and short, and there's excuses to keep the conversation going, that's when we might have an interest where you should be uninterested in them. Do not keep reaching out to pique their interest. You're obviously
Honestly,
not their interest.
You're better off just backing off. And sometimes people are like, oh yeah, whatever, I backed off or whatever. But sometimes when you do back off from somebody, all of a sudden they come running because they feel your energy off of them. And sometimes that's not what you want. Because it's like, even when your energy is like off of them, you know what I'm saying? That's not where you want to be like, oh, that's when they're going to reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it should just be like a normal conversation.
One thing I have learned is I think that if you find yourself in a predicament where it seems like you have to leave the person undelivered to get their interest,
No,
you
that's
have
just
to reach
like,
out. You're with the wrong person.
yeah, that's
if
just
a
like
guy,
immaturity, and you can tell that they're not the right person.
they're not
for
mature
you.
enough for a relationship. If a guy or a girl truly wants to commit to you, if they're
not gonna play games. You won't
Mm-hmm.
sit there and have to second guess. Oh, is this person leaving me undelivered to like play mind games with me, or like are they generally busy?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know you're with or talking to the right person if you're like, they're not texting me because I know they're busy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know they're doing things. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're not like, oh, you know. But if it's like you have to sit there and guess, oh, they're probably talking to somebody else because they're not texting me. Especially in a talking stage, look out for that, because it's like, obviously there's nothing wrong with talking to other people, but it's like somebody's gonna sit there and play games with you and not tell you whatever this and that. Not the right person.
Well, it's an indicator that someone truly doesn't care about you. If somebody cares about
or really
you,
have that much interest in
yeah,
you.
or they have feelings for you or developing feelings for you, want to develop something with you, they are going to reach out to you. They're going to want to get to know you because you're going to be something that's at the top of their mind. I want to get to know this person. I want to maybe see where this could go. I really like this person. I like spending time with them. I like getting to know them. You will know. We've always said if you have to question if somebody likes you, then they're not the right person. And that shit trigger in your brain. You guys got to develop this in your brain where if somebody automatically doesn't make sure that you're like, they don't prove to you that they care about you. And I'm not saying people need to prove to you that they care, but through their actions, if they show you through their actions, okay, this guy doesn't want to communicate with me. He makes excuses to see me. He really doesn't reach out to me. He doesn't put effort in. Your brain should say, I'm unattracted to this. I'm uninterested. Don't pursue him and keep going after him and saying, oh, I'm going to reach out more. I'm going to call more. Oh, I'm going to distance myself and see if it makes him more interested. No, you're not interested. That disgusts you. Make your brain disgusted by that. He doesn't want to communicate to you. He doesn't want to put effort in. That's disgusting. He doesn't want to talk to me. That's disgusting because I want to talk to me. I would talk to me.
Yeah.
There's someone else out here that would really want to talk to me. That disgusts me. Make yourself where that's known in your mind that that's absolutely appalling to you. Like, oh, okay, no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm done with that. You need to train yourself to feel that way. And some people are probably like, oh my gosh, well, you're kind of full of yourself. But no, if you want to be in a relationship where someone cares, they're not going to play games. If someone starts playing games, that's disgusting. I don't want anything to do with that. I'm uninterested. Bye-bye. Have fun with that. Lying, okay, I'm uninterested. Your actions, they don't match up with your words. I'm uninterested. Bye, guys.
Exactly.
Like, you have to train your mind to think that. Don't chase people. You attract people. You do not chase. We do not go out here and say, oh, I'm going to make every guy interested in me. No. If they are interested in you, they can prove it to you. You know, if you were interested in somebody, you have the desire to communicate with them. You have the desire to talk to them. You have the desire to get to know them. So someone else can do that for you too. And when they prove that to you, then you can say, okay, now I can make sure that I, reciprocate that, give them my energy. I'm not saying you play games now because that's not right on your part.
In general, you shouldn't play games at all. If you really like somebody and you want them to have interest in you, don't play games. It's that simple. Like, it's just like this whole generation thinks that's like, oh, so cool to play like games and stuff and be like, oh, 1 minute I text her a bunch and the next minute I'm texting like, I don't know, any type of girl over here, but like, you know what I'm saying? That's just wrong. Don't play games because it's, you're going to lose that person. They're going to walk in away.
Now, sometimes I think people get confused with games and just protecting your peace and your energy.
Yeah.
And when I say protecting your peace and your energy, I mean sometimes be quote unquote a challenge. Like, be mysterious.
Yeah.
Don't reveal everything about yourself right away because you do want someone to take the time to get to know you. And this is where
slowly, it's like reading a book. You're not going to just go through and read every page in a second. You're slowly going to get to like know what's going on in that book in each chapter. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll know what the ending is. Like, somebody, and especially if you just sit there and just open up to somebody like that, they're gonna be like, okay, she probably does this with everybody, or he probably does this with everyone.
Well,
you know
some people didn't get the privilege yet to get to know you.
Exactly. That's why you don't sit there and just like let it all out at once, because somebody's gonna think, all right, they've gone through multiple people doing this. It looks bad on your part.
Like, they didn't get the privilege to uncover everything that you have to offer yet. And that should take time. And I don't really appreciate when other people all of a sudden just give them someone's interested in me, they're attracted to me, here's everything you need to ever know about me, this is what everything. Let someone slowly get to know you, because that's a process, and it is a really nice process when you really allow yourself to kind of just take the time to get to know somebody and let them get to know you, because you're seeing, are they really invested in this? Like, do they actually see something with this? Are they going to take the time? And if someone tells you, well, I'm not really interested in this because you're taking this too slow, maybe they're not the right person. And that's how you start to figure out, are they the right person? Because are they going to allow you to go at your pace? Are they going to allow you to kind of slowly reveal yourself? Or do they want everything right away? Do they want you just for one thing? Or do they want you for, all these different things, and they only want those things? Like, they're there for that. They're there to get to this level, and they're not there for you and to be genuine with you. So that's when you can kind of be uninterested in somebody. What do we do if someone's uninterested in us? We notice they're starting to become uninterested in us. I don't think that's a very nice feeling, personally.
Honestly, I mean, to be honest, it depends on what you're doing. Like, if you're somebody that's like, I don't know, if you're like trying to rush somebody into a relationship or something and you're just being like that, I can see why somebody's maybe losing interest. But if you're not doing anything that that seems wrong or like is negative on your part, honestly, I would just let that person like be and just let them see what, like, you know what I'm saying? Just, like, kind of let them go. Not like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, don't focus on them, because if somebody really does like you, they're not going to really lose interest in the things that you like doing or the things that you're doing in general. You know what I'm saying? Because you shouldn't have to change the way that you act in general towards people for them to like you.
Well, some of us are in a circumstance where you're in a relationship and you notice someone becomes uninterested in you. And you might be asking, well, Kristen, how do I know if someone's uninterested in me? You feel the distance.
Yeah, you can just feel the energy, like, where it's like, you can tell that you're putting more effort in than them, but also you can feel their energy. Like I've said this, you can feel when somebody's energy is on you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's not even that it's, like, fully on you, but you can just tell that, like, you're on their mind and you can tell that they do like you. You know what I'm saying? But it's, like, sometimes you can feel it completely off of you and you're like, whoa, what just happened to them? Like, they did a whole 360 and they're like, they're gone. Like, I'm not even, like, really on their mind at all. Like, what happened to that?
Well, it's almost like a complete detach. If you find yourself and you're in a relationship and you're like, oh, I know this person loves and cherishes me, and then something kind of like a wave comes through and you feel a detachment and distance, and you say, okay, well, now I'm starting to question, do they really love and cherish me? You might be in the right there. Because when we talk about if somebody likes you, they care about you, you feel it. You never have to question it. Yeah. The moment you start questioning things, that's when you need to kind of take a step back and put on your little cap and look at the actions. Your little action cap, okay? That's what we're going to reframe it as. Is your little action cap. So let's refer to your action cap here. And you're going to look at everybody and you're going to say, okay, this action, he's telling me one thing, but he's not doing it. And his communication, he's starting to slowly communicate with me less. He's making excuses for things now. Or this could apply to a girl, a female as well. And something just feels like there's a distance here. There's no emotion. Like, they don't feel emotionally attached. When a guy is not emotionally attached to you anymore,
like, nonchalant.
That's when you need to worry.
Yeah. That's
when you need to say, okay, well, maybe I'm in a predicament where I'm giving energy that is not going to be reciprocated. Maybe they don't truly cherish me. Don't convince him otherwise. Because if he's interested in you, he's not going to let you walk away from him.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have to sit there and even ask somebody to put, like, energy into you or anything.
I want everyone to just evaluate the actions. Because sometimes people are letting us go while we're in the relationship with them. They're actually detaching themselves from us while we're in the relationship with them. So it's a convenience for them. So
and
when
it's
someone,
like an easier way of breaking up with you.
Like, you're still around, but because they know if they break up with you, there's a possibility that you're going to exit their life and make a dramatic exit and you're going to be gone, right? And they want to keep you around so they still have a little emotional security. They still have someone's stability. And as I was just saying a few moments ago, that sometimes someone wants you there so that you can be the person to help them when they fall, right? Yeah. To help pick them back up when they can't stand on their own 2 feet. You don't want that. You don't want to be someone's convenience.
No.
Because let me tell you, there's someone out here that is going to enjoy the conversations that you want to have with someone. They're going to love spending time with you, and it's going to be the highlight of their day when they see you. Like, they're actually going to glow when they look at you. Over you staying with somebody who's in a relationship with you, has that privilege, and is literally detaching themselves from somebody who genuinely cares about them and genuinely wants to be with them. They're doing that. And then now you have to sit there and you have to say, you know what, I have to let this person go too, because I'm sitting here and I'm depriving myself of my potential, of my potential to love and care about somebody that I actually truly deserve to be cared about by.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Do you agree with that, Kelly?
Yeah.
I think that you're allowing yourself to just kind of sit there in this energy with somebody who doesn't really care about you. Don't do that. If somebody is uninterested in you and you're feeling it,
it's
let
like
them
they're
go.
taking you for granted.
They are. They're taking you for granted.
And I mean, sometimes you can catch yourself in a relationship where you're taking them for granted, but you both realize it and you fix it. But sometimes it's just one person in the relationship that you can tell that they're taking you for granted, and that's when you can lose the relationship, because if somebody's taking you for granted, you'll be able to tell. It's like the little things that it's like, oh, you like doing something, they're like, nah, I don't really care, we could do that another day. But like, you know what I'm saying?
Or they don't prioritize the things that are important to you.
Exactly.
They choose to neglect them. They choose to neglect what's important to you. What were you going to say, Kelly?
But just in general, like, I think taking somebody for granted, obviously, you don't really care about them as much anymore.
Well, that could make you uninterested.
Exactly.
I just think you need to, if you are seeing someone become uninterested in you, make that uninteresting to you. Don't allow someone to be uninterested in you. You chase them, because some girls or guys get in the situation where they completely go wrong about this, and they say, okay, he's getting distant from me, so I need to pull him in. And when you pull them in, you're actually pushing them further away.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're pushing them further away, because it's giving them reasons to leave you.
Yeah.
Because they're already distant from you. They're already emotionally detaching. And that's something going on in their brain.
Yeah.
You might need to work on yourself and build yourself up to the point that you don't need to worry about that anymore. You don't need to worry about who's interested in you, because you're interested in yourself. And that's why I say that, is because develop an interest in yourself that you see and you understand and you relate to, that when other people look at you, if they don't see that interest too, you're uninterested in them.
Yeah.
You want nothing to do with them, because they're not interested in you either. They're not interested in you the way you're interested in yourself, because at that point you can just enjoy your own company and be interested in yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested in myself. I'm going to get to know myself. I'm going to try new things and find out the skills that I have and who I am as a person. And if they're not interested in me and they don't want to see what I have to offer, then maybe they're not the person. If they don't want to take the time to see what's interesting in me, then they're not the person for me. They don't want to do those things, so I'm not going to be interested in them. And as we were saying, wire your brain into being disgusted by those things.
Yeah.
Don't chase them. Don't try to claw onto them and hold on to them. If they want to go, let them go. Let them go. Let them do what they want to do. Just let them be them.
Let them theory. Let them do what they want. Let them think what they want. Just let them do them.
Because if you're letting someone be uninterested in you, it's going to show you exactly what you do deserve.
Exactly.
You do deserve someone who's interested in you. And maybe that'll click in your brain when you just let them. If they start distancing, don't pull in. Just let them go. Say, okay, well, I'm going to let them do that, but that doesn't mean I have to stay in this situation.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean I have to deal with this situation.